My name is Danny Glover. As a artist and activist and cultural worker involved in the freedom to express imagination, image making, and the communication of values, meaningful information, I am so very pleased to be here today with you and to join you with the growing numbers of Americans actively concerned with the deeper resonance of the principle freedom of expression, which requires unfettered access to knowledge and information and uninhibited means for truthful exchange among citizens within and across nations. The official welcome to the 2007 Third National Conference for Media Reform appropriately quotes Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said that our nettlesome task is to discover how to organize our strength into compelling power. As our nation begins its annual January celebration of Dr. King's life and legacy, I think it is fitting to introduce the first plenary of this year's conference with brief but highly relevant words from Dr. King, whose individual life was made manifest in association with the strengths and contributions of ordinary people, forming a compelling power in pursuit of the highly praised freedom our nation and our leaders broadcast to the world. On December 27th, 1962, in this very state of Tennessee, in the city of Nashville, writing on the ethical demands for integration, Dr. King posed the question, what is freedom? And he responded, and I quote, "It is first the capacity to deliberate or weigh alternatives. Shall I be a teacher or a lawyer? Shall I vote for this candidate or the other candidate? Shall I be a Democrat, a Republican, or a socialist?" Second, freedom expresses itself in decision. The existentialists say we must choose, that we are choosing animals, and if we do not choose, we sink into thinghood and the mass mind. A third expression of freedom is responsibility. This is the obligation of the person to respond if he is questioned about his decisions. No one else can respond for him. He alone must respond, for his acts are determined by the centered totality of his being. The absence of freedom is the imposition of restraint on my deliberation as to what I shall do. When I cannot choose, it means, in fact, that someone or some system has already made a priori decision for me, and I am reduced to an animal. I do not live, I merely exist. I cannot adequately assume responsibility as a person because I have been made a party to a decision in which I played no part in making. Dr. King was assassinated in this very city of Memphis, Tennessee, 39 years ago. Yet he is still with us today in living spirits in the 21st century who in their own lives and work encourage and organize to stimulate and to move people across the biological and political spectrum to exercise freedom by informing themselves and weighing alternatives. The nettlesome task about which Dr. King spoke is still being carried out by people who embody character, courage, fortitude to make decisions in support of truth, not spin. People who critically embrace diversity and reject monopoly over what ideas, information, and interpretations are available for public consumption, reflection, and decision-making.